Well, Bob, the weather is holding steady while we all kind of get into election mode.
Right. Yeah, things looking good here.
Yeah,
There's one
that's
big
good for
storm over the
voting.
Midwest. I mean, that could be a big deal
True.
in terms of
For those
what's
voters,
going on in the
yeah.
national scene as far as that. Yeah, absolutely. Always a big deal. But for us, not a big deal. A beautiful shot from Margaret right here, getting a good shot of the sunset near the Ringling Bridge. Looking out over there, some altocumulus clouds. And Donna getting this shot as well. I believe that was from Inglewood, if I'm not mistaken. Here's a look at the tower cam look of a time lapse of our sunset tonight. Beautiful out there, looking over Sarasota Bay. And sunset an hour earlier, so right around 5:45. And that is going to stay with a northeast wind. We are going to stay with a northeast wind, it looks like, as high pressure dominates the weather off the Carolina coast for Tuesday. But that high will eventually break down, head off into the Atlantic, and then a cold front will move through. Now, this next cold front is not all that strong. It's not going to cause us to break out the jackets and sweaters anytime soon, but it will cool us down to slightly below average temperatures, I believe, by Thursday. Some showers down to our south, heading away from the state. These are being held off by that high pressure ridge over the Carolina coast now. So with that east and northeasterly wind, this is being held back temporarily. As the front moves through, there's not going to be a lot of moisture to deal with, so we're not anticipating a lot of rainfall, though we could use it. We're not going to get much. A few spotty showers are possible late Wednesday. 67 degrees right now, and the humidity at 76%, east wind at 6, and the pressure 3019. It's way up there. That continues to rise. The high today, it was another warm one, although it wasn't too bad. 85 degrees, the record high 90, set back in 1996. It has been a warm fall thus far, and temperatures normally right there at 81 degrees for a high, so we were well above the low, too. No rainfall to report, and looks like it'll stay dry tomorrow. Wednesday, maybe a few showers around. It's down to 59 in Jacksonville, 68 degrees in Orlando, 69 in Pensacola, and 75, still pretty warm in Key West, 74 in Miami, and temperatures around town in the upper 50s in the inland areas, low to mid 60s, and then upper 60s right on the water. So you can see there's quite a spread there in terms of temperature. 10 degrees from Arcadia to Cortez, and that's a result of a little bit of a west wind there and near the water, where water temperatures are still pretty warm, right around 75 degrees. The forecast looks like this throughout the day on Tuesday. We'll start off with sunshine, a few clouds around in the afternoon and evening. The higher level of variety of clouds will move through with those storms well to the west of us, some of the high tops being blown off and carried in our direction. But generally, temperatures a couple degrees above average once again. As I mentioned, this is the storm that we'll watch as it spreads off toward the northeast very slowly, and the actual low pressure center right there, and that will stay far enough away from us, so we're not going to see the tremendous lift that you can get if the storms develop a little bit further off to the south. As far as our wind flow analysis goes, we'll stay out of the northeast and east tomorrow, but eventually it will change around to more of a northwesterly direction. That happens late Wednesday night and Thursday morning, and you'll see that front coming down. Here it is by Wednesday night, right over the top of us. Again, a few showers out there in the Gulf of Mexico, and then it sweeps on through and high pressure builds in behind it. An upper level low continues to spin off the northeast coast. That's heading off to the east, and nothing going on in the tropics right now. We'll keep an eye on a couple weeks left before the official end of the hurricane season. You can see those temperatures already starting to drop behind that front into the 30s in places like Denver and into North Dakota. For boaters tomorrow, east winds 10 to 15 knots, a little breezy out there. Seas running right around 2 to 3 feet. The water temperature now is cool to 74 degrees and 81 the high for the beaches tomorrow. Low tide upcoming at 12:54, and the forecast tonight, partly cloudy, 65, and east to northeast winds tomorrow. Look for partly cloudy skies by the afternoon, high of 83, and east winds at 5 to 15. The extended forecast, there's that slight chance for showers late Wednesday, turning just a little bit cooler, and lows right around 60 degrees, fairly average as we move through the weekend.